Hello, I am back with another video, and today I'm gonna whisper because it's a whispering kind of day. But as you can see, I'm outside once again, and it's not too warm, but it's actually kind of cold. It's chilly out here. My hands are a little bit cold, but it is what it is. There's water next to me on this container, and there's ice on it. It froze overnight, but that's okay. I was in the shower and I was just like, it's too perfect of a morning to not make a video. So now we're here, and we're going to enjoy the whispers and sounds that nature is making amongst us right now. But before that, there's a divine message for the energy, because the energy feels like it's moving on steadily. And sure, there's some times where you glimpse or glance back at the past, but you're still moving forward. Because forward is the only way. It's the only way to go in life, not backwards. And you realize that that person that you once were, when you were in that past setting, past environment, it's not you anymore. As I just saw 222 on the timer. It's not you anymore. You realize how much that old self was in old habits and old patterns that destroyed you. And it took power away from you. But you're in your power now. And you know what is from what isn't. You acknowledge when someone is not worth giving your energy to and love to, because they need to do what's best for them before they can get what's best from you. In order for connections to work, the connection has to be balanced. If not, if it's out of proportion or out of balance, it's not going to work. It's going to fail every time. So even if that means stepping away from that person or place or thing, whatever you have an unhealthy relationship with, because you can have relationships with things as well. Whatever you have a healthy, unhealthy relationship with, you must balance it in order to allow it to be and stay in your life. Or else it's going to keep taking your peace, your power, and your happiness. You acknowledge now that even though sometimes you can be hard on people, it's because they're meant to be hurt, triggered in some way, shape, or form, so that they can become the better version of themselves. And then later down the road, they will come back to you and appreciate that. They will be grateful for what you did. Because you did it because you love them. Anyways, that's the divine message for today. it was just the energy that was there. So, yeah. But I was going to sort of do a full story time of my spiritual awakening. Because it's been a while since I actually spoke upon it, and last time I spoke on it, I was struggling to get it out because it was just so rough for me now, but now I can easily speak about it without any difficulty. So, that's what we're gonna do. So, back in 2020 or 2021, I was still in high school at the time. I was 16, and no, it was 2021. Okay, and I was, getting bullied in school. I wasn't like very popular, even though that didn't really mean nothing to me. I had a drug problem. I wasn't very social at the time. I always kept to myself at school. I just thought the people that I went to school with were stupid. They weren't worth my time, except for the exceptional people that I thought were worth being in my life. Just because they didn't take any piece or make me feel bad or in any way. And yeah, I also met someone special, but they're not in my life anymore, so we don't speak upon that anymore. But around towards the end of the school year, I had a ATV accident. So my little brother had a Raptor 350 sport quad, and I was riding it a little bit too fast in the field over across the way, and I hit a bump too fast, and the compression of the spring on the back end of I think it's called swing bar or A bar or something. Anyways, there's a spring for the suspension for the quad, and it compressed extremely hard, and it created a force that bucked me off of the ATV. So basically, I was driving like this, and then I hit a bump, and then the back of the ATV hit the bump like that, and it was too much, so it bucked me off. So here's the ATV, and it went like that, and it went flying. Okay. And then I went like this. Instead of going like this, like shooting off the ATV, I went like this up in the air. Like an arc. And I came down to the ground and hit my head a little bit. Got a rash on my head and rashes on my body. And I just laid there. The ATV went across the road and hit a phone box. And then next thing I know, there was at least 5 or 6 people around me, making sure I was okay and telling me not to get up. And someone even passed out. Someone in my family passed out because they didn't know if I was okay or not. They thought I was like gonna die or something, but I didn't. I'm here now. But then I tried to get up and I couldn't get up, so they called an ambulance and my mother came and they took me to the hospital, and they found out that I actually dislocated my hip. And so then I had to skip school for the rest of the year. So it took me out of my social environment, and that didn't really help with my mental health at that time either. My depression and my drug problems. And I had to sit in bed for at least a week, maybe 2 weeks, doing nothing but trying to recover until I was able to do therapy. And even social media wasn't helping at the time. Because it was taking a toll on my mental health still. Because even though I had friends at school, not a lot of people were texting me. And it just made me feel like nobody cared that I was here or that I even existed. So that social media made my mental even worse than it was. I mean, sure, there was occasionally people that would hit me up, but all the people that I thought were my friends didn't even notice I was gone. So, made me realize who is and who isn't. But yeah, so then I had to do rehab and all that, and that was it like opened my eyes, because when I was in the hospital, there was someone next to me that had a tree that went through their leg from a dirt bike accident, and I just heard them screaming in pain and agony while they were trying to take it out, as I just saw 12:12 on the timer. And it just made me realize how grateful I am that that didn't happen to me. It put into perspective my life. And since I had to, it was sort of a traumatic event coming from the hospital, but when I had to go into recovery and sit there and do nothing, it took everything from me. It took away my routine, it took away my job, it took away my friends, it took away the school, it took away my environment, it took everything away from me, and it made me realize how much nothing really mattered, and how I could have died. It was almost like an eye-opening ego death and spiritual awakening. And I'm grateful for it. And I've healed from that now, and I've grown and evolved from that now, and I'm proud of myself that I can even sit down and talk about this without feeling some sort of way. Because, it just was an important moment in my life. And I don't know how life would be if it didn't happen. I don't know where I would be right now. But over time, after that accident, it led me to bettering myself, my mental, my problems, my body, how I treated my body, because I was really overweight at the time. I was around 300 pounds at the time, and currently I am 180, 190. And I just got back into working out just because it makes me feel good, not because I want to lose weight. Sure, I want to get a little bit of this budge off, but I don't really care about how my body looks. I care about how I feel in my body and how I carry myself in my energy. that event in my life, that time in my life, that period of my life. And it opened me up to the spiritual side of life. The side of life that I didn't even know existed. You know, I had heard about it and sort of thought it was funny, and I made fun of it at the time. But little did I know that it's not separate from this physical reality, because everything is spiritual. And now I'm here, allowing my divine gifts and abilities to flow without judgment, because I feel as if this is what's best for all of us, and this is what I'm here. Meaning, this is my, not purpose, but this is what I'm here to do. This is why I'm on the camera. Why I started my YouTube. And I feel like I wouldn't even started YouTube if it wasn't for that crash. Because I wouldn't be the person I am today. I wouldn't be aware and conscious and awakened to everything that I am to now. If it wasn't for that crash. And also, someone that hurt me, but I'm grateful that they did, because it also helped me. You know, nothing but love to them. And if they're watching this and they know who I'm talking about, I love you. Okay, I love you. But yeah, I'm still getting used to this YouTube transition, like with fans and people that I guess see that I have meaning to them in their lives and that I help people. But I'm really starting to set in stone my position as a content creator, a YouTuber, whatever you want to label it. I don't really see it as any type of label. I don't want to label it at all. I just want to be a person on here saying what I'm saying, letting the energy flow through me, even if that means that it means something to someone. I don't want to label this at all. And it doesn't matter if I get money for it or if I do. What matters is that I'm making a change in the world for the better for all of us. That's what matters. And even if I have to go work a shitty 9 to 5 while I do this and not make any money while doing this, that's what I'll do. Because I love doing this. And I love you watching this video. This video means something to you if you're watching this video. To think that in the past I was scared of expressing myself and showing myself to the world, but now I'm here doing it unconditionally and unforgivingly, trusting that whatever I say, no matter what I say, even if it doesn't go in the positive way that I think it does to someone, I still say it. I don't care if people view me any sort of way. If I did, I wouldn't be posting these videos. Anyways, I got really passionate there. But I just wanted to get that off my chest, and let that go, because now that spiritual awakening, that person, those habits, that past version of myself is in the past, and it will stay in the past, forever forgotten. And to the new. And I feel this new energy that's coming into our lives and into my life. It's abundant. It's fortune. transition into this new life.